We are back with another episode. Listen, I can't even believe my arms about because, listen, I'll be real with you, man. Dude, like, anyway, I won't go into details of what man's using, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just it is what it is. But anyway, so you can actually hear me clearly. My name is Ifechukwude, and I am the host of the Igbo Kwenu Podcast. And yes, we have another solo episode. Unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunate because it's not unfortunate. Um, this episode, obviously, what I want to break down before we get into this episode, right, is the purpose of this podcast is to actually ensure that our people's stories get told, right? And to also put the culture on the map on a social media scale. I mean, yes, social media exists, but then it's like I want to play my part. I want to do my role. I want to do what's necessary. Do you get it? And obviously, yeah, being born in the diaspora it's a big deal to me. So I'm gonna do everything I can to do what is possible, right? And this is why this episode is about music. This is because I'm passionate about music. So I'm like, let's make this episode about music. But before we get into that, what I want you to do is smash that like button, leave a comment in the comment section below, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. Yeah, because more content will be coming. Yeah, will be coming. Don't ever get it twisted. And any guest that you want to see and you want to hear their story, leave your suggestions in the comment section below. Another thing I need to mention as well, I'm asking you to do a lot, but it's not really a lot. At the time of the recording, it's technically going to be a week, but when this is aired, it will be a few days. There is the Igbo Festival Arts culture that is happening in Enfield, yeah, and in Pims Road, I believe it is. All the details, if you go to issn.co.uk, the details will be there, or just go to the Instagram. The link to that's going to be in the description box below. Anyway, but yeah, like if you just go to that, you'll find out more details. It starts from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come to the ICSN canopy or 10 or you know what I'm saying? Like come there. There will be food. Food. Listen, don't get me started singing about food, yeah? Because I will sing about food. Anyway, um, but yeah, like so if you see me looking down, don't worry, don't be alarmed. I've actually got my phone and I've got notes. All right, you saw that bit of notes. I've got notes. Yeah, see, preparation is key to elevation. Anyway, um, also you want to become a member of no if you want to become a member of ICSN, yeah, like especially if you live in London or you live in Manchester. The link to that is going to be in the description box below. And if you want to know the reason why you should become a member, listen, when you come to the Igbo Festival Arts and Culture event that's happening, and you come to the ICSN canopy, you will see why. You will see why. All right. Also, the next day after that is a single mixer event. Um, So if you are single, and especially if you're an able man, make sure you use this time. Like use this time wisely. It was going to be an online event, but use this time wisely, yeah, and attend the single mixer event. Obviously, able women, you're welcome to, but me speaking as an able man, it's like I'm strongly suggesting and I'm calling out all the able men that are single. You need to come out, but otherwise people like Davido, all jokes aside, but also people like Davido are gonna come for Archiomas. But anyway, let's just get into this episode even further. Oh yeah, the link to that's gonna be in the description box below as well. But again, that's gonna be when you get this information. Obviously, it's gonna be a few days after. Um, I mean, sorry, it's gonna be a few days before. Yeah. Anyway, so let's do what we normally do. Let's play the color nut game, and you're welcome to play along. You can leave your answer in the comment section below if you want. Not even if you want to. Leave your answer in the comment section below. This is what I want you to do. I want to get more engagement on social media, especially on the YouTube page, or even on if you could do it on Spotify, whatever. Leave your comments. Do what's necessary, especially playing along with this game. All right. So, who is known for blending traditional Igbo music with contemporary? No, forget that. Let's not even do that. Let's do it this way. Fino or Emayabaga or Abaja. Did I pronounce his name? Either way. Who would I pick? Do you know what? If this was 2011, I'm definitely picking Emayabaga. But because of Fino being like so prolific, like I'm picking him. Um, Flavor or Pattern King? I'm gonna say, hmm, that's a good question. I'm gonna go with Flavor only because this is no disrespect to Pattern King, but I do feel like. And by the way, when I do this color nut game, it's not to disrespect either or especially when I bring out names, it's not to disrespect any one of them. It's to promote and celebrate them as well, right? But what I do want to say is in regards to um in regards to flavor, he brings out the culture a lot more in his music. Like it's very much evident. Like he lives and breathes it. Patteron King, like to some degree does, but I more see him more like a dancehall artist, and dancehall is more geared towards, or actually is from Jamaican culture. Nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it, but that's how I see him as. I see him as a dancehall artist rather than a high life artist. Do you get it? Anyway, and it's funny because when I was curating this list, um, I didn't even know Patrick Ron King was Igbo. Did you? Leave your answer in the comment section below. Did you know Patrick Ron King was Igbo? Because I sure did. All right, all right. I'm going to mention these two songs, but I honestly don't know them. Like I said, I created this somehow. Um, Okay, Zorro or Ilbliss? Ilbliss. Hmm. Actually, no, Ilbliss or Audemars Black. That I'm not picking either one of those. I'm sticking with those. You know what I'm saying? I'm sticking with both of them. I'm sticking with both of them. I mean, when you think about it, Ilbliss is a bit older though. So, and I swear they're born on the same day. Hold up. I just did a quick Google, and I swear they're born on the same day. I swear they're born on the same day. They're not. They're just the same. I just saw 30 and I was like, what's going on? But anyway, let's get back into this. Um, and obviously, you know what? While I all right, so let's get into this episode, right? So obviously, as you know, this is a solo episode, and this is in regards to does Igbo artists get the global recognition that they deserve, and obviously it is also in regards to the impact of music of by Igbo artists and Igbo music in general, like because I've started to see it. I don't want to say I started to see it a trend, but it does feel like to me that like raw. Every time I realize there's this artist, oh raw, they're Igbo, and I'm like raw. Like no, you have to understand something. You know when something just clicks, you like this, but then you realize they from the same culture as you as well. Like there's a different level of energy that me personally that I get that I feel like I have to support them. And then the funny thing about it is, yeah, I thought let me just dive deep into this because obviously there's different music genres and there's different generations and there's different level of impact across the globe. Yeah. So let's just start from let me start from here. Hang on. Let me pull it up properly. Let's talk about the origins and the evolution of Igbo music. Um, so for example, there are like traditional instruments, yeah, that we actually have. Now, as you know, you can call me Ifechukwude the butcher because I'll be butchering Igbo names and words. So just call. In fact, I wonder what. In fact, leave it out to the comment section below. What is the Igbo word for the butcher? Maybe you can call call me that. But anyway, all jokes aside, yeah. So we have instruments like the ikwe. No, wait, hang on, ikwe. Yeah, ikwe. It's like a slit drum and the odo. Wait, odo. No, not odo. That doesn't make sense. Odo. You do you. So odo, basically like a pottery drum. And you know what's interesting? I remember my mom giving me a drum back in the day. I don't know how old I was. Like I remember trying to carry that through the train station in Peckham Rise train station. Trust me, I def remember those days. Yes, man, it's from Peckham. Hey, do you know what I also realized as well? But I'll probably talk about this in another subject. Nah, I don't want to speak too soon. Yeah, but I realized something. I realized something. This is what I'm trying to say to you. When you realize that raw, this person is able. Raw, let's go. But anyway, like we do great things no matter what. Like we dominate in every other area. I don't. We just great people. All right. So when you think about these instruments, are you familiar with these instruments? That's what I want to know. So I'm gonna just read it briefly. This is just on Wikipedia. It may be the right information, may be the wrong information, but we're gonna read it regardless. All right. So an ekwe is an Igbo traditional musical instrument. The ekwe is a slit drum with a rectangular no with rectangular slits in the surface and a hollow interior. So I just thought of Hollow Man just now. No Diddy, because his name's called Hollow Man. And I mentioned Peckham earlier. Anyway, anyway, anyway. The ikwe is made out of wood, most commonly a log or a section of one. The ikwe comes in a variety of sizes and designs. The size is determined according to the purpose. See, everything we do is with purpose and for a purpose. Shall gets. Um, if you know, you know. But anyway, the ikwe The ekwe is also used as a type of talking drum communicating in the past. See, this reminds me of the type of drum that my mom brought me. Like, I because I'm pretty sure it was a talking drum, but I can't remember to a degree. Like I don't even know how old I was. I definitely was a teen, but I don't know how old I was. It feels like a lifetime ago. Have you ever just realized sometimes in your life, like raw, certain things that happen in your life are like a lifetime ago, but at least you still remember it. So we give praises to God that we can remember certain things. But so yeah, the Equa. Sorry, where was it? In- so the Equa is also used as a type of talking drum, communicating in the past with others at long distances. Equa players use different rhythms for different purposes, from celebrations of to emergencies. Do you know what? I have an idea. I have an idea. If you know anyone that plays the Equa, contact me or get them to contact me, and maybe we can bring them onto the podcast and we can talk about this a bit deeper. Maybe they can play it play it on the episode. It'll be great to actually hear what it actually sounds like, because I would insert a clip in or whatever, but the thing is there is copyright purposes and all that stuff there, so we have to be very, very, very. Hang on. Imagine I type in Ikwe on Google, right? The second thing down, there's an actual app, the Ikwe mobile music maker software. a mobile music based a mobile based music making platform containing a library of sampled world instruments. This is absolutely fantastic. So I just seen the CEO and a co-founder of Ikwe, and the name is Michael Caine. You're only supposed to blow up the bloody dogs, mate. Let's keep it sticking to code. See how I can easily get into the English culture. No, I need to keep that energy for us, for our culture, the Igbo culture. That's how I need to be. But anyway, so maybe I need to watch more Igbo movies. So if you got any that you recommend, leave it on the comment section below. And you know what? Maybe if you want to see any actors or actresses or directors or whoever, um, leave it onto leave the suggestion in the comment section below, and maybe we can see if we can get them onto the podcast. It will be great because again, it's all about telling stories and incorporating and just as ICSN stands for Igbo Cultural Support Network. So supporting and networking. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so yeah, so obviously that plays a huge difference in our culture, right? Um, from birth to to many different aspects. Now let's talk about like modern Igbo artists, right? So obviously the age I'm at when I found out. In fact, let's put things into perspective, right? There's one thing about knowing what culture you're from, and another thing about actually liking music, but then you find out this artist is from the same culture as you, right? Um, and they just happen to make great music. So Fino is one of them. I didn't like. I'm not saying I didn't like. I don't know what age I knew he was able, but it's funny. You start to take notice of certain things at certain ages and certain times of your life. So we got modern artists, and I hate to use the term modern, but let's just use the term a certain let's just say generations, right, of artists, right? So from Flavor, Fino, so Flavor, Fino, what can I say his name? From Flavor to Fino, and these two are always working together. So and newer artists like Ugochi and also Ife, and there's what is her name? I think it's Gucci. Um like I've seen her work with a lot of other artists as well, but mainly East African artists. Funny enough. Um, who else? Like there's quite a number of artists, and that's just from back home. Yeah, but if you're looking even in the diaspora from Ray Black, and now you're probably thinking then they're not new, but they're of this certain generation. So you got Ray Black, Shay's Universe. Who else is there? Emineke, like he's a cold songwriter. I can't even lie. He is a cold songwriter. Um, who else is there? There's so many names to like literally reel off. So it goes to show you that there's an impact. Like, okay, also Skepta and JME. Now you're probably thinking, aren't they Yoruba? Well, they're half Igbo as well. Um, Now obviously I know you want to go. You could literally go by saying, "Oh well, yeah," but um, if it's from their father's side, then no. If it's their father's side, then they're actually Yoruba. But this is what makes me confused about life sometimes. It's like, look, in life, what happens is we end up in a situation where sometimes we actually mix with other cultures. So eventually, what's gonna happen is you're gonna want to know some parts of it. You can't. It's like this is how the culture. Like I want to say something, and this is. It may sound like I'm ranting, but and it may sound like I'm preaching, but the thing is, I'm not. I'm just saying what's on my mind. Maintaining culture is very important, and one of the ways you can maintain culture is by actually, if you know someone is half of another culture, you don't dismiss that culture from them. You can't tell them that they're not that. That's not who they are. That's not their blood. You can't tell them that. the least you can do is encourage them to learn more, so they can be their true, authentic self. Because you know what's funny about life, right? Is the older you get, the more you're going to become part of your culture naturally anyway. Like there's going to be some things you say and some things you do, even if you're speaking another language that is not from the culture, you're still going to have some elements of that culture within you that you're actually from, and the other half what you're from as well. That's just how life works. From what I'm seeing and from what I'm experiencing, yeah, it's like anyway. I won't, like I said, I'm not running, I'm not preaching, and yeah. So obviously, like I said, there's I look at it from so many angles. Even like Yemi Holiday, yeah, Yemi Holiday, she's also half Igbo as well, and it's like the impact that they're making is incredible on a global scale. Like for example, yeah, Skepta, yeah, and I'm gonna like listen. I'm gonna talk it from obviously, as you know, I was raised in the diaspora. I was born in London, raised in London, whatever. Yeah, cool. But there was an era in life that I remember. There was a genre. Well, there's still the genre still exists. It's called grime. But before, I lived in the era when that sound never really had a name. It never really had a name. And the funny thing is, I would never ever thought or fathom one that Skepta is from Igbo culture as well, and obviously his brother Jamie and that. But it's like I would have never fathomed him to do to then again, yeah, he did do a his version of Sweet Mother, but that's something different. That's like, you know what I mean? If you know that song, you know Sweet Mother, I never forget you. I listen. Like I think that album, I think that song was on the album Greatest Hits, I believe. Was it on Greatest Hits or was it on a Microphone Champion? I can't remember now. Maybe I'm gonna put it up, but like yeah, so it's thinking like that you would never think that right, is this guy ever going to do, and even like the term Afro beats as well was never really a thing either from when I was growing up, right? And then I also heard of the term high life, like Igbo high life. I've heard of that, but more or less high life. I never thought, do you know what I mean? So it's so interesting how Skepta has such a huge impact. Yeah. I'm not saying he is the reason for Wizkid's the success of Wizkid's career. I'm not saying that. Yeah. So don't come at me if you're a big Wizkid fan, you're part of Wizkid FC. Like, don't come at me for this. I'm just saying exactly how it is. From I learned of Wizkid because of Skepta. Do you understand how it works? And I'm not just like and then it's not just that, it's a thing of Skepta also helped out Krypton Conan as well with their career at the beginning stages. Well, I say beginning stages, but yeah, at the beginning, yeah, beginning stages. Like this is documented. They've said it. So it goes to show you, you never know who can actually help you, who will help you in your career and in your life. And you have to understand this is just on obviously the Krypton Corner thing situation is obviously on a UK scale, and obviously they've got some recognition in America, but that's here and there. But to go back home to Nigeria and help out your own people, like obviously I know Wizkid's not able, but it's just like I said, the impact. I don't think Skepta gets the recognition he deserves, and I don't want to make this a Skepta stan episode because it's not. Yeah, but it's a thing of I can understand and I can see and give respect where it's due. Yeah. And other Igbo artists as well that I want to give some newer names that I want to mention. It's like Screwface Gene, like although he's a rapper, again, do you know what I mean? And he's based in America. Same thing with Dax. I believe he's also based in America as well. Like even like with Dax, like to see his growth, no Diddy, crazy. Like it's so insane to see how his channel on YouTube went from a few thousand. Like I literally remember when it had a few thousand and now it's got millions of subscribers in a matter of a few years. And that's all because he's being consistent, being himself. But if you want him on the platform and we could discuss all this, leave it on the comment section below. Let's get him on the platform, him and Screwface Gene. Obviously individuals, but you know what I'm saying. But um, let me not go into let me not go off into a tangent. But the point I'm trying to make is like the impact they all have. Because even us, even who was it? I think it was a Gucci. If I butcher the name, as you know, I'm the butcher now. That's just my nickname. If you can give me that in an Igbo word, if how to say in Igbo, then yeah, cool. Let's go. Let's run with that. I'm cool with it. Innit? Like I can all have bands. It's not that deep to me. It is, but it's not that deep in this in a way because like I know I know my situation. Like I know, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. It's just because I was born and raised in London and I'm not around the culture as much as I really want to be, and I want to try to, but you can't force these situations. You can't. That's one thing I'm learning. You cannot force situation. You really can't. You gotta let things flow naturally. All right, so that aside, yeah, I'm like, all right, cool. So you got that, and then you have to think about, okay, well, so Gucci, she basically, I remember, I don't know if it was a post from her or a retweet. She basically was saying how Yemi Holidays are inspiration or something of that nature. Yeah, I can't remember verbatim, but it's something of that nature, and it just brings me back to the mindset of how impact Igbo artists are and don't get the global recognition that they deserve. And look, so far, I haven't even talked about Don Jazzy. I have not talked about Don Jazzy, Mr. Don Jazzy. Are you correct? Listen, some people, I remember, who was it? It was a few years ago. Oh, I need to put it up. Someone, this is why I say recognition, because I'm pretty sure he did a post a few months ago to remind people that he is that guy. Don Jazzy is the Don of Afrobeats. Don Jazzy is the Don of Afrobeats. And yeah, the funny thing is, if it wasn't for him, the scene won't be what it is right now. It wouldn't. Let's keep it all the way 100. It would not be what it is right now. Let me break it down to you, yeah? But I remember someone try to say, oh, Don Jazzy's just a social media influencer or whatever. Um, and because basically he won the influencer award, that's why. And I think, and when you think of the word influencer, he really is an influencer. Because an influencer is someone who actually, it's in a word, it influences, it inspires someone. So, and obviously, yeah, you may think, what about social media aspect of it? Well, I don't know why they put that on it, but it's cliche in it. I don't know. But anyway, let me just get into this. All right, so Don Jazzy, yeah. Basically, I wanna so let's just remember this, yeah. In fact, I didn't even know this. He was also signed to Good Music. I beg your pardon, what? I thought it was only Mr. Coco Master himself, the bunch. But he was also signed to Mohit. I mean, Mohit was his thing, but he was also signed to Good Music. That I didn't know. I genuinely didn't know. Look at me, I can't even speak English either now. um, all right, look. So just to break it down for you. So obviously some of you actually are aware who Don Jazzy is, but I'm gonna break it down for you. In fact, before I break it down, all right, let's get back into the second round of the Collar Nut game. So we have Ifechukwude, I don't know if I'm butchering the name, but it's by Okuchi, or So in Love by Ife. Now this is a tough one for me, yeah. This is a tough one because both of these songs you can play at a wedding. Both of these songs, just so you know, and you should. I've actually seen videos of Oguchi performing her song at Igbo Wedding, and it was great to see. Um, but yeah, this is a tough one. Who would you like? Let me know in the comment section below. What song would you choose? I'm probably gonna go for I don't know. This is a tough. No, this is genuinely a tough one. I'm gonna go with "So in Love." Nah. I'm really, really thinking. You know what? Let's go for Ifik. Because you know when I'm saying it, yeah, I'm actually think like the song is playing in my head, and I'm visualizing the video, especially for a Gucci song. If it can. I know I can't hum properly, sing properly, but it is what it is. Mm, mm, how does this? You know what? Let's go for a Gucci song. The top one, no, I can't lie. It's a tough one. All right, techno or Don Jazzy. We're gonna come back to that one because remember we're gonna talk about Don Jazzy anyway. Anyway, right? Skepta or JME, or should I say JME? Do you know what? The thing is, yeah, and I know they're brothers, and I'm not trying to do a Cain and Abel thing, but it's a thing of ah, all right. If we're gonna talk about if we're gonna base it on the global impact that either one has made, then we have to go for Skepta. But if we're gonna go for like, for example, just purely as an MC, but then the thing about JME, so the thing about Skepta is when he spits his bars, like the clarity is like pure water. It's insane. It's so pure, like and clear. But JME doesn't get enough recognition for his music. I don't think people actually understand and recognize him as such. Like he's a great MC. Like I think he's possibly the only one of the few MCs from grime that has literally only released grime albums, like from start to finish. But um based on what the subject is of this video or of this episode, based on the subject of this episode, we're gonna go for Skepta. All right, all right. Dax or Screwface Gene. Um, who would you choose if you're familiar with them? I'm gonna go for Dax, and no, no, I'm gonna go for Screwface Gene. Here's why. Here's why. The reason why is because no, I can't choose. I can't choose. I can't choose these two. Um, maybe I'll. Do you know why it's difficult to choose? It's because with Screwface Gene, as much as he does music, he also does reaction videos, and that's how I'm more. Well, I first found out about him because of the freestyle he did, and then I saw then it was the reaction videos, and I just thought, okay, this guy, a decent. Listen to some of his music. Alright, cool. The direction that he's going in, no did he? I respect it. Dax on a on a on a different he's a different vibe. It's hard to explain. With Dax, like I said before, it's the fact of just seeing his growth. No Diddy, like it's just a thing of I feel like, do you know what? It's hard to choose. This is what I'm gonna say. It's really hard to choose. So I'm gonna choose both of them. Obviously, I should have did that with the other song, yeah, but it's fine. But I want to choose both of them. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to go listen to their music, and I want you to hear why I chose both of them. Hear it and see why I chose both of them. That's the other thing. See why I chose both. Um, which I shouldn't really. Um, Next time I'll probably just do it like song for song instead of artist for artist, because then that makes it a lot more easier. So, oh, this is interesting. I didn't know this was sung by an Igbo person. The Sweet Mother tune. Sweet Mother, I never forget you. I listen, before we do that, for the suffering. Hang on. So is Prince Nicole. Okay, I can see his name. Mbaga. I'm going to say, is he Nigerian? I mean, Igbo, should I say? But yeah, clearly he is, right? But always thought he was from Cameroon. I'd never thought he was Nigerian for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. All right, so Osunde Owende, I'm now probably butchering it, by Osadebe, or Sweet Mother by Nico, well, Prince Nico and Bargo. Well, you already know I'm gonna choose the Sweet Mother. I never forget you for the suffering you done for me, oh Sweet Mother. I never think that is a tune. There's some tunes that are just pure classics. That's one of them, and that's the song that Skepta actually sampled or did a cover version of, which is interesting. So I'm like, maybe he did really tap into that side, and I didn't really realize. That's interesting. That so he's always done his thing, no, did he? All right, so this one I'm gonna leave for you in the comment section below. Which gospel song lifts your spirits higher? Imela or by Nathaniel Bassey or Equime? No, Equime. See, look at me butchering. So it's by EKWEME by Prosper Ochimana Equime Equema Equema Equime 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 by Prosper Ochimana. Alright, listen, stop laughing. It's alright, you can laugh at me. But anyway, alright. So what do you choose? Leave your answer in the comment section below. Some of these questions in this game, the Colin Nut game, if we do solo episodes, I'm gonna leave it for you in the comment section to actually answer. All right. Um, look at this. All right, Ray Black or Shay's Universe. Do you know what I'm gonna choose? Because I have to stick to South London as well. We're going with Ray Blizzy. I like Shay Universe. He's a great vocalist. Don't get it twisted. And she's doing her thing. But and 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 she's a champion, yeah. So Shay's Universe is a champion too. But I'm saying Ray Black is the champion because she's doing a TV show champion. Um, so oh wait, she got a color. Didn't realize. I'm Shay Universe. I'm talking about. Um, I want to do another one. I want to do Oh, see, his other artists as well, like Chicane. Who? How can I forget Chicane? It's like what it do, Charlie. I'm Shay. I'm K. I'm anime, and you're tuning into Chicane TV. Hey, if you want those girls, or should I say ladies, on an episode featured. w- Leave a comment section below. Let's see if we can get them on. Let's show them that there's a demand for them. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, yeah, they do their reaction videos, this, that, and the third, but they do music too. They do music too. All right. But anyway, um, let's get back into this, right? So, as I was saying about Don Jazzy, right? As I was saying, I don't know why this. So yeah, back on Don Jazzy. No, did he? Don Jazzy, yeah, like he's basically. I don't know how to explain it. It's like let's think about this. Yeah, he is the co-founder of Mo Hits Records. Yeah, and he's also the founder of Maven Records. Now, before Maven Records, like I said, there's Mo Hits with the Bunch. Now, I need you to understand who was on this this label. There was this one day call. If you know, you know. Dr. Sid, D Prince, of course, D Prince. That's another person I should be bringing into this, or maybe I should say, the Bunch or D Prince. Get me? See, there's something Skepta versus J and me. Let's do the Bunch versus D Prince. Who you choosing? Let's be real now. You're gonna pick John Jazzy, innit? Let's be real. But from an artist perspective, wait a minute, because D Prince got bangers though. He's got bangers. Um, Also, then you have Maven Records, but the thing is, so let's look at the artists on Maven Records now, right? Or the artists that were there. So obviously, Dr. Sid, D Prince, um, Laddie Poe, Johnny Drill, DNA, Rema, Crayon, Iris Star, Magix, Boy Spice, Bayani, Life Size Teddy. Before was um um those that were also on that label on Maven Records was T.Y. Savage, T.Y. Savage. Do I have to repeat again? T.Y. Savage. Listen, One Day Cole, Ricardo Banks. It's Ayana. If you know, you know. Corrade, Bello, Dija. Do you know what I mean? Producers. Like, listen, I'm telling you this. Like, you need to understand. There's levels, and then there's Don Jazzy. There's levels, and then there's D Jazzy. See, Don Jazzy. Do you see what I mean? I know I was reading, so I saw deeper in it, and I was trying to speak at the same time. So maybe I can't multitask. But anyway, now all jokes aside, the point I'm trying to make in regards to this particular episode is the fact of there's a global impact that Igbo musicians make and artists make, and I just don't think they get the recognition. Um, like I could list a reel of hits. I can list off a reel of hits that Don Jazzy himself has a list of hits that Skepta has, a list of hits, but it's not about the hits. I'm not trying to focus on hits. I'm or the numbers that they're doing because I think Skepta has been recognized for having a billion streams, uh, but again, it's not about that. It's about the impact that these artists have made, and they just happen to be Igbo. And I just feel like they don't like if we don't shout out people, if we don't give them the recognition, who will? And I don't want to just stick to just the music. I want to stick to other aspects of life as well. But it just happens that music is one of my passions. So obviously, I'm gonna talk about music, and obviously, I do want to talk about other subjects, and I will. So make sure you stay tuned. Um, and look, we're coming towards the end of the episode, but I just want to say something in summary, right? Look, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you actually subscribe. And if you are London based, make sure you become a member of ICSN. The link to that will be in the description box below. But the point I'm trying to make in regards to this whole episode is the fact of these are just a few names that I have mentioned, yeah, in this episode. A few names, just a few names. And if you look at the impact they have made, like, okay, some of them are still more or less starting out. Cool. Some of them have reached certain heights that you would never ever think of. Like, for example, I never thought that Skepta would reach this height. No, did he? Like, I didn't even think of it. Let alone think that it was half evil. Like, I'm like, raw, okay. Do you get it? And it's like, the you have to give recognition where it's, or give credit where it's due. You have to. And but I want to lead this question to you. Everything I've mentioned in this episode, right? Do you think, do you think Igbo artists or Igbo music gets the recognition it deserves? Yeah, because I could have mentioned more artists. I didn't even mention the high life Igbo high life gospel artists. I haven't even mentioned their names. I have not mentioned their names. That's the other thing. So it's a thing of, I haven't mentioned the name. That you have to understand when you come to like Afro beats in general, you have to understand that high life music is basically the it's like the gas, if that makes sense. So before you have the fire, it's the gas. You have to light the gas for the fire, for the flames to grow. I hope I'm making sense to all you science nerds out there. Get me? But like, no, on some real talk, and it's like, most times you see the fire, but you don't see the gas. Think about it. You see the fire, but you don't see the gas, and you can hear the alarms because that's alarming. And when there's fire, there's an alarm. And sometimes when there's gas, depending on the alarm you got, an alarm will go off. But listen, I want to thank you for watching this episode and listening to this episode. Um, like I said, you've got any other suggestion of any topics you want next, leave it on the comment section. Leave those in the comment section below. We see what we can do. You've got any other guest suggestions that you want to see on the podcast? Leave the comment in the comment section below, and just keep the numbers keep the numbers rising. Like, keep watching. If you have to rewatch, do your thing. Get me? Share it. Share it with your mom, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your dog, your niece, your goat. You hear me? Yes, I said your goat. But anyway, um, so listen, like I said, make sure you hit the like button as well. Hit the subscribe button. Like I said, if you live in London or live in Manchester, become a member. The link to that is going to be in the description box below. And yeah, any events that you see that's going on, make sure you participate. And I do want to say in future as well, just in case you're watching in far out advance, if you do want to become an exec for ISSN, I recommend you go up. The reason why I say that is because it brings out a side of you that you never even knew, or it brings out a side of you that is going to make you evolve even further. Because me doing this podcast is making me evolve. I won't even lie, it's making me feel like, if it's making me evolve, I don't know how to explain it, but it's such a great feeling to actually have. Do you get it? But other than that, you know what to do. Get me. You want to talk to me in person? Come to ICSN. You know what I'm saying? Come to the GHMs, come to the events. I will be there. You get me? But anyway, um, I should start ending ending each episode with saying, with in a with Igbo words. And what I mean by that is like Kachifo, Emi. Kachifo, Emi. Like, I gotta find a way to say this like slick and smooth. Kachifo or Kachifo. Yeah, alright. Kachifo. If I say it many times, yeah, if I say it many times, that's me. Because it sounds like me. If I say Kachifo, it doesn't really sound like me. If I say Kachifo, Kachifo,